Mr. Geisler here, and we're going to take a look at number 2 on homework number 2 for chapter 10. So if we look at the function f of x equals 3 to the x minus 2 minus 5 and answer that question, first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw a quick little sketch of what this looks like. Well, the first thing is my asymptote will be moved down 5 units. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's where my asymptote is going to be. Now, the equation of that asymptote is just y equals, and then wherever it crosses the y-axis. In this case, it's at -5, so my answer would just be y equals -5 for the equation of the asymptote. Now, this is a positive, okay, so it goes up, and then when we have x minus 2, that means my locator point is moved 2 units to the right, so my locator point would be right there. Since this is a 3, my next point over would be over 1 and up 1, 2, 3 units, so that would be my next point. So my graph would kind of look something like that. So when we talk about the domain, that's all the possible x values. In this case, it goes on forever at an angle this way, so it goes this direction, it can go up to infinity. And the same thing with this one, it can go to -infinity. So if we use interval notation, we use a bracket, and we say from -infinity to infinity. Now, we use a parentheses, I'm sorry, not a bracket. Whenever you use infinity in interval notation, you always use a parenthesis, never a bracket. Okay, and then the next one says determine the range of the function in interval notation. Well, if we look at the range, that's the possible y values. Now, it will get very close to -5, but it can never actually touch -5. So, I'm going to use a parenthesis because it doesn't include -5, but that's the smallest it can get. Now, in this direction, it can go up forever, so that will be up to infinity. Now, if you don't want to sketch this by hand, you can just sketch this in your graphing calculator and get basically the same information out of it, and it might be a little bit easier to see, but I just wanted to show you how to do that by hand.